Are any of you guys single? I am just intruding in your personal life, you know? Hi, I'm Orlane. I'm 21 years old and I'm a medical student in the UK, and I love to ask questions, love to find answers, love personal development. But today my question is, are any of you guys single? And how do you feel about it? Because not gonna lie, I've been single for 8 months now, but I had a hard time being single first. I was like, this is not for me. I don't like this. Where's my man? But now, 8 months in, I love it. I love being single. It's fun. Okay guys, we are back in a safe zone. Yeah, being watched by other people while I was filming was not it. I'm sorry for the noise outside. Can't really do anything about it. Pero let's talk about the reason why I was saying and asking these questions is for a very, very specific reason. It's that I'm currently single and I had quite a difficult time to get to a place where I actually am enjoying this season. And so I thought that if that's something that I struggled with, surely there's other people struggling with it as well. And I see it all over Instagram. I see it with like sort of my friends that have recently become single, and it's just a difficult process, a difficult transition. And I thought that I would give my hot take on it, the different things that like mindset shifts that I've helped, that I've adopted, things that I've started doing to make my life as a single person really, really fun and exciting, and not be in the sort of like waiting energy of waiting to meet my person. Because if you think about it, if you have this amount of singleness before you meet your person, like your long-term partner, the father of your kids, all that jazz, if you have this amount of time, that's all the time you have probably before you're in a relationship for basically the rest of your life. And so you can decide to spend this time alone and, you know, be miserable and sad and like in waiting energy of meeting the person. Or you could decide to be like, you know what, I only have this amount of time in my life where it gets to be all about me, and so I'm gonna make it a really fun, exciting, beautiful process, beautiful season of my life, because it's only going to be a season. The same way that like your school is over. I personally loved school, and sometimes I look back on high school and I'm like, oh, I just wish I could go back because I loved it so much, but I can't. But I'm happy that I made the most of that time, because I can go back and be like, not feel like, oh, I should have done more of this, I should have done less of that. Yes, there's always going to be a few things here and there, but on the whole, I'm happy of how I spent that season of my life. And so it's the same thing that I'm applying to this single season of my life, is that enjoy it. Enjoy this time period that you get to have it be all about you, especially us women. The moment you're going to have a partner, the moment you're going to have kids, it's going to be so much more difficult to be properly and fully the main character of your own life. You're going to have to do compromises. When you're single, you don't know compromise. Compromise, who is she? You know? And so start to look at different moments of your life from obviously the negative, because obviously your brain's going to bring you there. Oh, I don't have a partner, I don't get to do this, I don't get to do Valentine's Day, all that jazz. But you can also be like, you know what, I can choose a different narrative. I can choose to have a different perspective on this and decide that, you know what, I get to be single. I get to make this moment of my life all about me. This is my main character moment. This is my main character season, because the moment I have kids, the moment I am in a relationship, I'm gonna have a different type of happiness. I'm gonna have different really beautiful things, but my pure main character moment where it's all about me, that's gone. You know, and you have to accept that the moment you're going to be in a relationship long term, that sort of main character energy in that singleness way is gone. You can't go to a club and just flirt around with a few guys just because you want to. You can't, like, you know, you can't do that anymore. You can't do certain things that, you know, give you the sort of like main character energy, because you're going to be in a relationship and you're going to be really happy for different reasons, but you're going to be in a relationship now. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys is change your mindset. You're single. You get to be single. You get to make this moment all about you. And moving on from that, moving to the second point, because you get to make the season all about you, you get to figure out a lot deeper who it is that you are. And what a beautiful gift that is. Like, genuinely, what a beautiful gift that is. You get to appreciate your company a bit more. You get to do things that matter to you, and you get to know yourself only from yourself's perspective. Because when you're in a relationship, obviously you're going to kind of enmesh lives, you're going to like be a little bit more intertwined, and so what it is that you enjoy versus what it is that I enjoy, you kind of find the line is a little bit blurred, because you love that person, right? So you want to be with them, you want to appreciate what they do, you want to like what they also like, but sometimes what they like almost becomes what you like, but when you go back to being single, you realize, actually, I didn't like this all that much. I liked it because I was doing it with that person, but if it was just me, I wouldn't do that. And so when you get to be single, you get to do things that you genuinely enjoy, right? And so then you get to know yourself so much deeper, and you get to know who it is that you are, what it is that you enjoy. And even if you go deeper, you get to know yourself at a deeper level. Like, what are your values? Who are you as a person? What would you fight for? What are your goals? What are your dreams? Because it's difficult sometimes to have such a clear perspective of what you want your life to look like, right? If you do everything based on, if you have somebody else that you consider within your life, right? It's more difficult to dream as big as you want to dream if you have somebody by your side that might not dream as big as you. Because all of these things, they come and they affect you when you're in a relationship. And so being single is a moment where you can really figure out your non-negotiables. What are the things that you will not compromise on? Because when you're gonna get in a relationship, you're gonna get to know compromise, right? But what are the things that you can set right now that you know, I'm not compromising on this, right? I'm not... Baby, why are you crying? I'm trying to film a video. Chiquitita, girlicita, por favor. Porfa. Ah, look at that, you stopped. Yeah, so when you get to be in a relationship, you're gonna get to know compromise. And so it's really important to really now set down the things that you will not compromise on, the things that are your non-negotiables. Because ideally you would want to find a partner that has similar non-negotiables as you. Because let's say you're currently living in the UK and you're like, I'm not going to be living here for my whole life. I want to be able to move and to live an expat life or whatever it is. If you meet someone that's like, no, I'm gonna stay in this country forever and ever and ever, and I'm gonna die on this land, you're gonna have to be like, well, that's not something that I'm willing to do. But if you don't know that, you don't know what you don't know. So if you haven't spent time with yourself, getting to know your boundaries, your non-negotiables, then you're not gonna be able to like reject and identify the people that are genuinely not meant to be your people. So that's a really good thing when you're single, is that you get to know yourself so much deeper. You get to understand who it is that you are. And that's a really, really fun process, and you can decide to make it fun. You can intentionally decide to make this a thing, right? Because you don't have to, but again, might as well enjoy it. Might as well enjoy the season, might as well enjoy this period of your life, because it might not come around twice. You really don't know what life is made of, but it might not come around twice. And so live the present moment and really make the most of your life, of your days, right? And that moves me on. I'm really like a good flow today. Moves me on to the next point that I want to tell you guys, is that go do fun things with yourself. When we're in a relationship, we love going on dates together, doing fun, cool things together, and that's something that brings us closer, right? That's the same thing for you. Doing things with your own self, on solo dates on your own, will foster a deeper connection between you and yourself, right? And it's going to allow you to connect back a lot more to yourself as well. And it's going to make your life fun and exciting. And you know, like, it's just empowering to be, you know, when someone asks you, oh, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm just going to the museum. With who? No one, just me. Me, myself, and I'm going to have a fun time. And that's a really, really empowering move, because it allows you as well, when you go back into dating at some point, to know that you like your own company. And so if this thing doesn't, you know, falls through and doesn't work out, it's okay, because you still have yourself and you're still a damn cool person and you love your company. And how do you know that you love your company? It's because you fostered that sort of relationship while you were single. You did the solo dates, you went in the coffee shop on your own, you went to the museums, you went to the parks, you really lived that main character life to the fullest. And for me, that's really, really important. Like, super, super important, because the moment that I started doing this, so since I've become single, I went on a solo trip to Madrid. I do a lot of things on my own, go in a lot of coffee shops on my own, I go shopping on my own, I go walk around on my own. It's really developed such a deep level of comfort with my own self. Like, I love myself, not in a cocky way, but in a like, I find myself funny and I find myself cool, and multiple times I'm just laughing at myself and there's nobody else in the room. And I know it sounds weird, but that's the gift that singleness has given me, is to really deepen and foster my own relationship with myself because of all the things that I've chosen to do. I've become single and I decided to change my mindset. If I want to do something, I'm going to do that thing. If you want to come along with me as a friend, like a friend for example, that's okay. But if you don't want to, that's also okay. I'm still going to go, right? And that is such a cool feeling. That's such a cool, amazing, empowering move that you can do for yourself. And that's something that I really want to share with you guys in this video. Please, 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 even though it's uncomfortable at first, go do things on your own. Foster that relationship. You deserve it. You really, really, really deserve to build that relationship with yourself and realize how cool of a human you are through your own eyes. Because a lot of the times we realize that we're cool through somebody else's eyes, through somebody else's loves, your mom, your father, your partner, your friends. But do you ever see how cool you are through your own eyes, through your own experience? And that's a whole other different type of love. And that's something that singleness can bring you. And so I think basically this video is to show you that you can turn things around on their head. Yeah, you're single and it's annoying and it sucks and you don't get to do Valentine's Day and you don't get to have a partner and you don't get to feel connected to someone and have someone to call home and all of these things that like we all want, me included. But also you get to be single, you get to know yourself, you get to become your own home, you get to set foundations within yourself and within your life that are gonna set you up for success for the rest of your life. You know, this period could be the time where at some point in your life later on, you're gonna look back on this and be like, the reason why my whole life is the way it is and so structured and so beautiful is because I had that period of singleness to fully audit my life, fully recreate my boundaries, fully create good foundations, fully create my non-negotiables, and that super intense deep foundation has allowed me to create this beautiful life, because I had such a deep understanding of who I was and what I wanted that the moment I had that, all I had to do was go after it, right? Run after it and do the thing that will get you to the thing. But if you don't know where you're going to, if you don't know what you're running towards, there's no point in running. Pause, take a break, figure out where you want to run to first, right? Figure out what race you want to run. But yeah, being single genuinely is a gift, and if you choose it to be, right? If you choose to look at it that way, it is a gift. It's a beautiful season of life. So enjoy it. Don't try to rush the process. There's no point. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. It's a fun time. You can make it fun. Obviously, I'm not saying that I love being single every single day, every waking hour. Absolutely not. There are multiple times that I just feel a deep longing of like, I just want to be with someone, please. But at the same time, I know that I might not be ready yet. I know that there's other things that I want to get done before I get into a relationship and all of these things. But I'm just saying that whenever these sort of moments happen and I get frustrated about like, oh, there's nobody and I'm lonely and all that jazz, I accept that emotion, I give that emotion space, but also I really flip it on its head. And I'm like, yeah, right now I'm single, but that's not gonna last forever. And so what can I do right now to appreciate my life? And the thing that that's the last thing I want to say with you guys. The thing that I've started to do most days is I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what is one thing that I could do today that would bring me joy? And I know you can continue that in a relationship and all that jazz, but what an empowering move. Every single day, I choose to do something that's going to bring me joy. It can be going on a walk, it can be filming a video, it can be editing a video, it can be anything. But what am I going to do today that's going to bring me joy? What am I going to do today that's going to make me feel like all happy on the inside? And that's a gift that I give my own self. And I didn't do that when I was in a relationship. I only started doing that when I was on my own, because I was like, well, I want to have joy. And how can I foster more joy in my life? And these are the little ways that I figured out and found to create little traditions that I have with myself before I create traditions with others. But that was my little video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video around. If you want to go deeper and hear me blab around more, I have a podcast as well. Those go up every single Sunday, and also on YouTube and on all other platforms. I'm on Instagram and on TikTok at the moment. So basically, on multiple content creator fronts at the moment, a little warrior going at war on different social media platforms. But it's a fun time. I love it. I enjoy it. And on the side, / as a main thing, I'm a student. I'm a master's student, so I have other things to be doing, namely research. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And go enjoy your single life. Go enjoy your single life. Enjoy it. Make it a thing. Make it a beautiful, beautiful season. You get to be the writer of your own story. And entonces, go write a beautiful one. Bye.